Bu arada etkinliklerin AB testi olmuyor arkadaşlar. Etkinlikler akıyor gidiyor böyle. Ve genelde eğer sahne yıkılmazsa ya da konuşmacıların yarısı sadece kendi şirketlerini tanıtan sunumlar yapmazsa genelde etkinlik deneyimi iyi oluyor. Umarım bu ikisi de gerçekleşmez. İkincisinin gerçekleşmeyeceğine eminiz. Çünkü konuşmacılarla oturduk konuştuk. Hangi konularla alakalı sunum yapacaklarına dair net bilgimiz var. Umarım birincisi de olmaz. Genelde biz düğün konumunda çalıştığımızda şunu gördük, hani bilmiyorum, evlilik sürecinde olan var mı aramızda? Evet. Şimdi evlilik sürecindeyken her detayı böyle çok dikkat ediyorsunuz. İşte masanızdaki şamdanın rengi sarı mı olsun, kırmızı mı olsun diye böyle saatlerce tartışılıyor falan o etkinlik firmalarıyla. Ve o her detayla ilgili delicesine kavgalar ediliyor böyle, işte hayır sarı olsun, kırmızı olsun falan diye böyle tartışılıyor çiftler arası ya da sadece çiftlerin kendisi arasında değil, diğer aile şeyleriyle vesaire. Ama sonra düğünde arkadaşlar sahne yıkılıyor, pasta bir şey oluyor falan, yani pasta gelinin üstüne düşüyor ve herkes bunu eğlenceli bir hikaye olarak anlatıyor. Yani düğünden sonra konuştuğunuzda insanlarla hepsi çok güzeldi, harikaydı falan diyor ama şey olmuş yani, hani küçük çocuk gelmiş gelinliği yakmaya çalışmış falan, hani böyle katastrofik olaylar olmuş. Etkinliklerde genelde böyle. Umarım fena olmayan bir akışla beraber günü tamamlayacağız. Böyle gününe başlarken yani günü tamamlamakla alakalı bir temenniyle başladım ama okey, hazırız şu an galiba. Tamam. Şimdi açılış konuşması için ben başlayacağım. Genelde dediğim gibi yaklaşık 3-5 dakikalık bir şey oluyordu. Arkadaşımız bana oradan dakikayı söylüyor olacak. Şimdi hoş geldiniz öncelikle. Pandemi ile bir ara vermiştik. Alive önce biliyorsunuz UX Alive'dı. Hatta UX Alive olmadan önce de yıllar önce UX Türkiye'ydi. Gökhan'ı hala göremedim aramızda ama UX Alive'e ilk para veren, daha doğrusu UX Alive demeyelim, UX Türkiye'ye ilk para veren iki sponsordan biri sahibindendi. Diğeri de Yandex'ti. 2550 lira vermişlerdi arkadaşlar, çok hatırlıyorum. Ve o etkinliğe giriş ücretsizdi. Sadece yemekleri karşılıyordu. Yemek de sandviçti bu ara. Ben çok naif bir düşünceyle bütün rakiplerimizi davet etmiştim konuşmacı olsunlar diye. Sonradan anladım ki naifçe bir düşünceymiş. Şey oluyor, hani siz davet ediyorsunuz sonra davete davet oluyor falan, hani onları bekledik ama olmadı. Benzer şeyleri yıllar önce yine UPA, UXPA switch'inde de yaşadık. Belki kültürel bir konu bu. Hani 9.30'da başlayacak ve 10'da başlayacak olayı gibi. Birlikte çalışma konusunda bir tık şeylerimiz olabiliyor, problemlerimiz oluyor. UXPA diye bir organizasyon var. Aramızda dahil olan var mı? User Experience Professionals Association ya da Association. Kullanıcı Profesyonelleri Derneği diyelim arkadaşlar. Lokalleştirelim. Yok mu kimse? Çok önemsizleşmiş gerçekten. Bu yıllar önce UPA'ydı. Yani Usability Professions Association'dı. Kullanılabilirlik Profesyonelleri Derneği'ydi. Mesleğin switch'iyle beraber aslında meslek kullanılabilirlikten kullanıcı deneyimine gibi kaydı gibi oldu. Biz de bu switch'i yaşadık hep beraber. O switch ile beraber aslında User Post'ta bir kullanılabilirlik şirketinden kullanıcı deneyimi tasarım şirketine dönüştü vesaire vesaire. Şimdi size burada olayların tarihçesini de çok anlatmak istemiyorum bir yandan. Hani genelde bu bir şeyleri ilk yapan insanlarda şu saçmalık oluyor. İşte ilk şunu biz yaptık, ilk bunu biz yaptık ki az önce ben de yaptım bu saçmalığı, farkındayım. Yani ilk UX konferansı falan diyorum. Sadece birilerinden 10-15 yıl önce doğmuş olmam çok şey hale getirmiyor aslında. Yani düşünsenize 2000'li yıllarda doğan birisi olsam ve sahnede 1980 doğumlu birisi bana ilk şunu yaptın dese hiçbir anlam ifade etmiyor benim için. Yani sadece erken doğmuşsun işte, hani aramızdaki tek fark bu. Ama hani bu tarihçeyi böyle anlatırken biraz nereden başladı, nereye gitti, komünite neler oldu, neler bitti, oraya da bir şey yapmak istiyorum ki oradan konferansa bağlayacağım. Az dakikam kaldı galiba. Pandemiyle ara verdiğimiz UX Alive bir arada çok bulunmaktan sonra çok mutlu olmadığımız bir dahiliyet sonrasında Alive olarak geri döndü. Ürüncüler ve tasarımcılar diye bölündük arkadaşlar, fark etmişsinizdir. Hani bu Apple'daki Lisa ve Mac ekipleri gibi birbirimize pasta falan atmayacağız. Bu pandemi sonrasındaki ilk denememizde daha küçük başlayalım diye başladığımız bir şeydi. Yoksa normalde ürüncülerin tasarımcılardan, tasarımcılar da ürüncülerden çok öğreneceği şey var düşüncesiyle başladık olaya. 2 gününe bölecektik ama dediğim gibi pandemi sonrası küçük başlayalım düşüncesi biraz daha ağır bastı. Benim böyle mesleki olarak tüylerimi diken diken eden bir an var. Yani yıllar önce böyle devasa bir organizasyon yapmışız. UX Live'ın giriş parçası var, introsu var vesairesi. Ve o an böyle gerçekten şeydi, hani 90. dakikada gol atmış futbolcu şeyi modundaydım yani. Ve ne UX Türkiye'de başlayan, UX ile devam eden hikaye bu pandemiyle beraber kısa bir ara verdikten sonra aslında User Sports Akademi'nin kendi bünyesinden ayrılıp Birik'le birleşerek başka bir eğitim şirketine dönüşmesiyle beraber bugün yine dediğim gibi ürün ve tasarım olarak karşınızdayız. Ümit ediyorum bu ara Birik'in yani Era'nın çok ciddi bir komünite yaratma düşüncesi var ve o düşüncesini de olabildiğince desteklemeye çalışıyoruz. O bahsetmiş olduğum UXPA şeyine dönüşeyim. Dünyada arkadaşlar birden fazla UXPA'in olduğu 2 ülke var. Yani bir ülkenin içerisinde 2 tane, 3 tane, 5 tane dernek kurulduğunu düşünün. Bunlardan biri Amerika. Eyaletler var çünkü. Yani gidip gelmeleri zor. Bir de Türkiye arkadaşlar. UXPA Türkiye, UXPA İstanbul ve UXPA Ankara diye müthiş bölünmüş durumdayız. Ama işte o Birik'le beraber oluşturmaya çalıştığımız o komünite mantığıyla birlikte daha kapsayıcı bir hale gelmeye çalışıyoruz. Bunu User Sports çatısı altında yapmamız çok kolay değildi, mümkün de değildi. Sonuçta tasarım hizmeti veren diğer partnerleri, işte diğer şirketleri oraya dahil etmek çok mümkün değildi. Ama artık Birik'le beraber bu mümkün. O yüzden bu dönüşüm devam edecek diyorum ben. Sponsorlara teşekkür bölümüne geçeyim. Ama teşekkür ederken bir iki şeyim de var. Dakikam da bitmiş. Şimdi Omtera, Mixpanel ve Miro arkadaşlar bir çekiliş yapıyorlarmış. Baktınız mı çantalarınız içinde? Bir AirPods, 2 tane AirPods veriyorlarmış galiba. Bir çekilişle beraber. Figo Para diğer sponsorumuz. Onlar da kitap hediye ediyorlar. Şeylerin standlarına gittiğinizde bir çekilişle kitap alabiliyor olacaksınız. Onun haricinde tekrar hemen bakıyorum. Insider'a teşekkür ediyoruz. Aposto'ya ve yarın workshoplar için Ataşehir Hanspace'te olacağız. Onlar da bize bir şey sponsorluğunda bulundular. Umarım dediğim gibi bugün konuşmacılardan biz bunu şirkette uygulayabiliriz diyebileceğimiz en az 10 şey duyarız. Bence bir etkinlik için, etkinliğin deneyimi için ya da etkinliğin iyi geçip geçmemediğini anlamamız için güzel bir checkpoint hepimize. 10 şey duyduk ve evet bu 10 şey yeniydi ve biz bunu kendi şirketimizde kullanırız diye düşünürüz diyorum. Bundan sonra dediğim gibi Brick User Sports Akademi birleşmesiyle beraber de bu komünite hareketlerimiz devam ediyor olacak. Ben sahneye ara ara bu asansör konuşmalarını yapmak için tekrar çıkıyor olacağım. Diğer konuşmacıları çağırırken. Şimdi ilk konuşmacıyla başlayalım. Andrei, this is your turn. We met Andrei with an online meeting, actually last year I think. He was the founder of a website called Mid Library. He gathers some styles from Midjourney. And
I can tell.
Not just styles, and yeah, he will tell us. And we want him to create web illustrations with Midjourney. And I hope he will help us. But this is your turn, Andrei. He will talk about how AI shape our designers' work. Not the designers, artists also.
Thank you. Teşekkürler Mustafa. Merhaba. Hello everyone and thank you for coming. So just a second, I will turn on the presentation. And before I do that, can you please tell me who? I know everybody here uses AI, right? Or just raise your hand if you haven't used AI ever. All right. Who used Midjourney? Oh, not so many. Okay, that's great. That's great because today I will introduce you to some Midjourney concepts and we'll talk about that. But I wanted to start from a different point, and I wanted to start with. Can we actually turn off the light somehow? Is it possible to turn off the light? Erhan, can we turn off the light, please? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Every time there is some minor technical glitch, so I can dance while that happens. No, actually, while that happens, while we're waiting, I wanted to say that I'm super excited to see so many beautiful people. I should say I love Istanbul with all my heart. This is my probably 15th time in the city. First time for work, but also for pleasure of seeing you. So once again, thank you for joining me, us today. No, light. Okay. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. Now I feel much more confident and intimate. Okay. So, sorry?
We can't see it at all.
That's great. That's great, right? This is the point. Mustafa introduced me as founder of Mid Library. But in fact, let's talk about identity, because my today's theme, as you've read, is one-man band, right? And this is how we can define a person or ourselves. We're also persons, right? But even before that, I wanted to say that my surname translates as Demirci, right? It's the blacksmith. And you've seen that already. Founder, mid-library, bigger. Do you see that? Nice. And connecting to the theme of one-man band, I actually wanted to shift it a little bit to this expression. No! Thank you. No! All right.
Thank you.
Çok teşekkür ederim. Jack of all trades is an expression. Friends tell me that the one translation is usta, right? The master who can do a lot of things. ChatGPT told me that this is her işi yapan. Did I do it correctly? And we know that, or I will tell you if you don't, that jack of all trades might carry a positive meaning and also a negative meaning. But at the end of this presentation, we will come back to it and we will find the positive, the negative, and then we end with the positive. So yeah, jack of all trades is how I want to identify myself today for you, even though I have a wider background. Let's see. Here it is. So I used to either study to be or work as a linguist, writer, journalist, PR specialist, programmer, magazine editor, illustrator, 3D artist, graphic designer, web designer, project manager, art director, and also educator. I have a course, but this is not the theme today. And you can see a little asterisk right there, the programmer. This is who I am not. I failed at studying or trying to program something. My knowledge is very basic HTML and a little bit of CSS. If you know what that is, you know I'm a dinosaur. So yeah, this is who I'm not. But going through all those roles, I arrived at a point where, and this is funny because I identified for many years, for almost 16 years, I identified as a portrait photographer. And why I said this is funny because I'm in front of you and you all work with UX, UI design, product design, research, and all of a sudden they put a photographer to talk to you first. I'm not sure why, but I will try to keep you entertained with this. I photographed for 16 years, I photographed people. Some of those people were winemakers. This is my big specialization. So if you know a good winery in Turkey, send me a note, give me a recommendation. I want to go there. I photographed writers, authors. I photographed business people and politicians. You probably know that despicable woman. I photographed musicians, artists of all kinds, actors, theatrical actors, movie actors, directors as well. And of course, a lot of personal projects. Some were more documentary and some were more creative, as well as a lot of commercial work for magazines, for theaters, for movie production companies, again for musical productions. So this is a very thin slice of my portfolio, of my body of work. And from here, hi, this is Francis. From here, with Francis, I wanted to talk about what makes portrait photography, what makes good portrait photography. And I actually wanted to ask you, whom of you can just raise your hand, worked with photography? Either you shot something yourself, you're a hobby photographer, maybe you worked with professional photographers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, quite a few people. So let me break it down for the rest. Portrait photography and photography in general is of course about camera and lighting. That's what every photographer would tell you. They would be only partially right. But yes, they will be still right. The camera, the lighting, and you get the result, right? It's also about context, right? What surrounds the subject in the photo, or what constitutes the visual attitude of the subject in the photo, which is, for instance, styling. So we're talking about costumes, and props. We're talking about objects with which people in your frame interact. So you can build all that. These are props. This is styling. Oh, quite self-evident. Set design, right? Set design is how we build the environment inside our picture. So in this photograph, this place exists. It's a real, this person, it's Merab Kokochashvili, it's a famous Georgian movie director, and this spot exists. But it was populated on purpose with specific objects, with specific decoration, with specific lighting, just to make the universe of this person, which is movie making and old school movie making, right? Coming from Soviet era. This is how we chose to depict it. So set design as well. And in many, not many, in 100% of cases, they working with a person in the frame, shooting photographs, portrait photographs, is about connection. It's about how you can make this link between you and your subject or subjects, and make them open up for you, open up for the picture. And let's say this is directing. If we use a movie terminology, movie making terminology, this would be directing. This is a great example as well of that. Finally, there are also technical things like special effects. I won't even mention Photoshop and stuff like this. This is very, very obvious, so let's skip that one. But why am I telling you all this? It's because if you think, after all that, who is a successful portrait photographer, or photographer in general, you would come with this is a bare minimum of who you should be to classify as a portrait photographer and be successful with commercial clients, be successful with galleries, be successful with your personal projects or any other endeavors. You have to know how to, of course, you have to know how to shoot, right? So this is all the underlying layer, artistic layer. You have to be a lighting specialist. You have to be set designer, stylist, retoucher, psychologist, very important. Marketing specialist, I hate it. Graphic and web designer, it's fine, it's okay. Copywriter and accountant, this is my least favorite. But again, if you want to build a career in photography, in portrait photography specifically, this is who you should be. So you cannot just say, you know, I'm a photographer, and people would think, yeah, well, you have a camera and you know how to press the button. No, this is what you have to do. This is how who you should be. But this is very long for the business cards, so we just say photographer. And here are some numbers, very, very briefly. After more than 16 years and 1,500 photo shoots on 5 different continents for I don't know how many hundreds of clients, I arrived to the point 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when Midjourney appeared. And, you know, when I first saw Midjourney, I was very against it. Probably you have a friend who is an artist, or you know someone who is an artist and who hates Midjourney and hates AI because they think that AI steals from real artists, you know, steals their job. And that was my sentiment as well. I thought, okay, I spend half a year to prepare a big photo shoot. I spend weeks to, you know, produce the final result. And then people with Midjourney, they can just press the button and get the final result in 30 seconds. And I was offended by that. But then I tried. I actually sat there and I tried to press that button myself. So this is random, but this is where I started. And I couldn't stop ever since. So before 2.5 years ago, I still identified as a photographer and more broadly a visual artist. But after, well, I just stopped identifying, I just stopped photographing. I was just sitting there and generating pictures. So after generating probably 60,000 of different prompts, I came to understanding that, you know, what's essential. Oh, sorry. So this is not Midjourney. This is my photograph. I made it, and you know, it took, again, as I said, it takes weeks to scout the location, to find the right time, to wait for the right weather and lighting. And this is like 5 in the morning, so that the sun touches the majestic mountain behind, but not my heroes, right? Not the monks. And the monks are lit by artificial lighting, so you also have to, you know, take equipment, take your team, go there, organize all that, weeks. Now this is Midjourney. And this is also my project. Basically the same premise. I like people with, you know, faces, with real character. There they are. I love cool traditional styling. There it is. And again, from my experience, to do this in real life, I would have to spend probably months, you know, scouting for these people, casting those people, producing those costumes out of traditional carpets, finding the location, going again, all that hustle. But here, it's not 30 seconds, okay? But still, it's not months, it's not weeks. It's some hours, probably maybe days, and you've got a series. Well, we're not talking about the dangers of Midjourney for artists, but I will very briefly mention it, since I mentioned the controversy that artists tend to hate AI. I will very briefly say that I don't think that AI will somehow, you know, destroy art or make artists obsolete, because artists are never about techniques. They're never about brush strokes. They're never about lines. They're never about cameras. It's all the time. It's all about vision. If you have a vision, if you understand what you want, or you have a passion for something and you want to create it, it doesn't matter what tools you're using. You can use Midjourney, you can use Stable Diffusion, you can use a camera, or you can use a digital camera or a film camera, or you can draw something in your notebooks. It's all the same. The most important part is what you see and what you deliver. So after that, let's get here, the beautiful girls. That's my favorite part. So Midjourney. This is what Midjourney does if you just prompt beautiful girl. And here I want to emphasize a very important aspect of Midjourney, which actually started my journey to mid-library, which is called style modifiers. So this is a generic prompt. Midjourney doesn't know what you want. It just has this average idea of a beautiful girl. It shows you a beautiful girl. But if you specify an artist, a well-known artist, and we're taking Hans-Rudi Giger, who created Alien, if you probably know him. And if you add by Hans-Rudi Giger to a beautiful girl, you get something completely different. Well, not completely different. It's still the same girl, but as you can see, the Alien aesthetic is here. And if you add two artists, for instance, you say, okay, I want this beautiful girl by H.R. Giger, but the photograph, she's photographed by Anton Corbijn, who is a famous Dutch photographer, then you get this. Right? So it's the same girl, but already she's in a different setting. There is a different approach to how she poses. There is some context around, and this very distinct contrast, black and white style of Corbijn. So here it is. I removed the prompt so you could see the hand, because I think the hand is beautiful. All right, so this is the concept of style modifiers. And when I started working with Midjourney, I didn't know that. I was just playing around. But then I noticed that if I put Van Gogh or Picasso, the picture obviously changes. So Midjourney recognizes the names of artists. And this is what happened next. So I took all my HTML and CSS skills and made a small page on my personal website, the photographer's website, photographer's portfolio, for me and for a few of my friends who were working with Midjourney. And I started putting samples of generations, of Midjourney generations, prompted by, and then the name of the artist. So this is what we call a clean prompt, a base prompt. You just say by Anton Corbijn. You don't specify photograph by Anton Corbijn, beautiful girl by Anton Corbijn. You just put by Anton Corbijn. And what you get is the picture that represents how Midjourney, without context, without specificity, knows Anton Corbijn's style. So I started putting these little previews together on this page, and I probably got around 60, 65 at first. And I shared it with my friends. It was in August 2 years ago. I shared it with my friends, and in the first month, we had like 5, 7 people coming in, looking at it. And I started updating it. I made more samples. I found more artists, probably more than 100. Then I realized that it's inconvenient. It's cheat sheet with hundreds of pictures, no classification, no sorting, nothing. Kind of uncomfortable to use. And then I updated it a little bit. Sorry, let me zoom in on the categories. So I started separate subpages with categories for different styles. So by the way, we have designers, we have street artists, illustrators, and whatnot. And this was the version 1.1, let's say. It wasn't called mid-library at that moment. It was just, Midjourney styles library. And again, it didn't even have the separate domain. And after doing this for some months, we got to probably 800 people per month coming in, looking at this. So already it started to get getting some traction. Then I published a little guide into how to use Midjourney version 4. It was probably 3 or 4 months after we started the page. And we got thousands, I think 8,000 or 9,000 of people coming in this month. So I realized that it might be something bigger. And this what you see on screen is where we are at now. This is the most recent version of MidLibrary that already exists for more than a year. It has its own separate domain. And actually, you know what? Let me quit the presentation, switch to Chrome, and show you actually how it works. So, what is MidLibrary? MidLibrary is, of course, first and foremost, it's a catalog of Midjourney style references. It is also a mid guide, which let's open it. You can see also the previews of our recent guides and researches here on top. Here is the navigator to access those different reference styles. So you can see that apart from being separated into big top categories, we also have a special markup of what we call features. These are visual or content or conceptual features that are linked to each style so that you can find them easier for whatever task you have in mind. And actually, well, while we're talking about it, let's see how it works. So this is our catalog, right? You can see that it's pretty big. Here are some styles. You can get lost at first, but actually it's very simple. So you have a style. It's called rough surface. Why you have it here? Because when you add rough surface to your prompt in Midjourney, it will change whatever picture you generate, making it well, rough in terms of texture and surface. But let's actually do this. We open advanced filters, and we say, you're designers, right? So we want designers. Let's go to designers. So now we're looking only at people who are associated with some area, some domain of design. And you can also say, okay, I want designers who used surreal themes and actually subdued tones and maybe sci-fi. There you go. See, only one match, but still. And you can go to the page of this style, so you can see that this is the sample. This is by Eric Nietzsche. Then you have the features that I just mentioned. Then you have a short bio, because we are also aiming at. Well, that's a good moment to talk about goals. We're aiming at being a little bit of an educational project, a little bit of art encyclopedia. So whenever you go to a page of an artist, not every artist has it for now, but we are working on it. You will have a short biography. Sometimes you would have a link to artist's website, because we want to give exposure to different artists. Let me tell you, I have an education in photography apart from other educations that I have, and in the art college in Paris, and throughout my artistic life, I've never learned as much about artists as I learned when I started MidLibrary. So this is also a way to explore different artists. But in the context of Midjourney, you know that there are different versions of Midjourney. Right now, we are at version 6, but there are different versions, and you can go back to the very beginning and see what Eric Nietzsche's style looked like in version 3, in version 4, in version 5, and so on and so on and so on. And thus, you can see they're pretty different. You can find the style that fits your idea best, because you can also in Midjourney, it's not obligatory to use the latest version. You can always switch to 5.2 and generate something in 5.2. So you know what you're getting when you're getting Eric Nietzsche's name in Midjourney 5.2. So this is it. This is about the style catalog. It's huge. It's let's say it's interesting to explore. So I invite you to do that. But let's actually see what MidGuide is, because this is where you might find some insights as well. MidGuide is a mix of articles They are of a different kind. Some are more in-depth, some are more experimental, some are very researchy, and some are more fun. I hope all of them are fun, because most of them I wrote them myself. But look at that. The latest article that we have is about graphic design. How come? Well, I was preparing for the conference, I will admit. So you go to this article, and as you scroll, you see the sections where we talk about different domains of graphic design and how you can use Midjourney, with what prompts, with what names, with what styles you can generate logos. You can make, the drafts for visual identity materials, for branding materials. Oops. You can make printed design, right? So this is my try at making a mock-up of a magazine, right? A magazine spread. And under each picture, you have this. You have the prompt for what you're getting. Also, some, very short explanation, descriptions of how you can manipulate Midjourney to make it do what you want. So, see, leaflets, menus, infographics, some pretty cool prints. Here is the bar menu by Pablo Picasso. And of course, you can, since they're beautiful pictures, you can just open them and enjoy them in almost full screen. All right. So, or for example, if you've generated some nice visuals for a poster, you can then, using some techniques, again, they're all described there. You can add text. Yeah, it's easier to do in Photoshop, yes. But if you only want to use Midjourney, you can also torture yourself with my experiment. And in 3 easy steps, actually that was like 30, but you see 3. Get the writing that you want. Yeah. Okay. Packaging design. Can Midjourney do packaging design? Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That's so cute. Icons. Probably more close to what we are doing here. So yes, you can generate icon sets. This is my favorite. Or maybe I just didn't have breakfast. Oh no, also this. No. And if you want to be more precise, and if you want to create a more cohesive, coherent set of icons, you can also start with, just one. And if you like it, you can use it to to nudge Midjourney towards creating similar style icons. Are they perfect? Not yet, but first. They will be, because it's been only 2 years, and already we've seen a huge leap in quality. So probably version 7 will be already much more consistent. But also, again, for a professional designer to take these as references, as mock-ups, and recreate them, I think shouldn't be a difficult task. Stickers, yes. I want to print all of those. And finally, some web design. I don't think that you can, for now, you can, at this point, you can do the whole web design for a big website. But if you want to work with, for example, a landing page, and you want to just create a draft or some visuals that you can take and then implement in a web page, you can also do that. Again, the technique is described here, so you can take a look at that. And of course, you can generate mock-ups. The photo stocks are not needed anymore. Designers are, artists are, photo stocks, no. Because you can generate whatever you want and then, put it as a template and then put your designs on top of that, right? There you go. Okay, so this is Mid guide, just one guide. As you've seen, there are much more. For instance, we have style reference, Midjourney style reference for photographers. this is my theme, so I was very, very thorough with explaining how to use specific Midjourney mechanisms and techniques to create photo materials. And as you can see, we're adding across these guides, we are adding tools that allow people, allow viewers, readers, to experience some of the mechanics. So, for instance, there is a parameter called style weight, and it goes from 1 to 1000. And in this picture, you can manipulate it right here. You just move this slider, and you can see how this parameter affects this specific prompt, right, from 10 to 1000. So again, we are undertaking some educational goals, educational tasks with it. All right, so I showed you probably 1/100th of mid-library, and I invite you to go. I want to go deeper right now. I invite you to come and explore. For those of you who will be tonight at the party, yeah, party. I have beautiful business cards with me, so please come over. There is a URL for the website, so come over and pick them. All right. So you've seen the website. Here it is. And I also want to provide some numbers. I started with saying that at first we have just a few people, then we had a few hundreds, then we had a few thousands. So right now, mid-library, the catalog of styles is a collection of more than 5,300 styles. And you've seen that they are all described, they're all checked. We know that Midjourney knows those names and those titles and those genres and techniques and whatnot. So we also added all the features, so it's easy to find those styles. Huge work with the catalog. Around 100,000 people visit mid-library each month, with roughly 1 million page views. And an average time spent on the website is 4.5 minutes and slightly more. We are supported by our patrons on Patreon. So after you come and take the cards, you can also go to the website. There is a link to Patreon, and you can go and support mid-library. We have a newsletter, a weekly, roughly, more like bi-weekly newsletter with 3,000 something subscribers. And we have around 800 people who are either once or regularly contribute to mid-library. So they suggest new styles that we don't have. We check them. If the suggestion comes through, we put it in the catalog, we mention the user. So, there is also an infrastructure of people who are contributing. Some authors joined us recently, so we have guides made by other authors, not just me. And lastly, I want to quickly show you the technical infrastructure of what mid-library is. So at the heart of it is Midjourney, as you already know. Then we have Webflow. Who worked with Webflow? One? Not that many. So Webflow is an incredibly flexible, incredibly powerful platform for creating websites. We use Airtable as, thank you, Mustafa. Where is Mustafa? Mustafa, thank you so much. Mustafa showed me this, this service. It's a database. So all of our, you know what? Let me just show it to you very quickly. Here we go. This is Airtable. And as you can see, we have all styles. Sorry. Yep. So these are the tables that we have. And they all come together to serve this huge table with 11,000 and almost 400 records. You've seen already that we have only 5,300 styles, which means that all the rest, so majority of them, were checked by us. And we said that they are rejected. Midjourney doesn't know those names. So we still have them in Airtable so that we don't encounter doubles in the future. But here, these are the styles that we are publishing. And as you can see, this table is ginormous. Oof. And these are not all fields, the 37 fields are hidden. So when I download only the published version, only the styles that go into the library, the CSV file is 16 megabytes, just the CSV. All right, so this is Airtable, and since we're here, this is Webflow, right? This is the what you see is what you get kind of editor, but you can also go in depth. There are a lot of mechanisms, functionality that lets you do interactive things. But also there are a lot of top layers of scripts that are coming from third-party producers who that allow to take the Webflow functionality to the next level, add more interaction, and we use it all, probably. A lot of work, yes. So let's get back to our, I spoiled it. We use Whale Sync to synchronize the Airtable in Webflow. So basically, Airtable acts as our backend. We use Zapier a lot to mostly drive the inner processes. So for instance, if we have a new patron on Patreon, Zapier gets a notification via webhook. Then it goes to Airtable. We add a new user to Airtable. Then it goes to MailChimp. We add this new user to MailChimp, and so on and so on and so on. So Zapier serves our infrastructure. Yes, we use MailChimp. We use PDF code. This is for our patrons. This is the possibility for them to create collections of their favorite styles and print them, save them as nice, beautifully designed PDFs. Yes, there is a technical layer that I don't go into, but yes, we also use some very high-tech platforms. Of course, we use ChatGPT a lot. And also there is some research part. So right now we're working with video. So we're using Runway and Magnifique AI. If you haven't seen it, this is one of the most magical moments of the year. Trust me. So write it down. Magnifique AI is amazing. It's an upscaler. So you give it a small picture, and then this small picture becomes large picture, but not as normal upscalers would do it. It's what's called creative upscaling, right? So it will not just enlarge the details. It will also, sorry, I lost it. It will generate details. All right, so this is it. This is how the mid-library infrastructure, this is what mid-library is, and this is how mid-library infrastructure is organized. And with great pride, I must say that now we are 7 people. Some of them are with me today. And you may say, okay, Andrei, stop. You told us about this one-man band and this jack-of-all-trades thing. So how come you're with 7 people already and you're still one-man band? I'm not right now. But this is the example from photography, right? You start working alone and you build your way up through different complex photo shoots by taking the roles that you cannot afford to invite, stylist, set designer. You take these roles, you do all that stuff, and then in the end, when you already are proficient in that stuff, you get the teams, you get all the fancy help coming from real people. So let's finish this with the same question. Jack of all trades. And I promised you that there is a downside to jack of all trades. It sounds like this: jack of all trades, a master of none. And you probably know that expression. But the real period in this story is the continuation. I found it when I was researching jack of all trades for this talk, and it actually rounds it up beautifully. Jack of all trades, a master of none, but oftentimes better than the master of one. And this is the bottom line. This is my point. By being open to various instruments coming from different domains, even if you're not a specialist in that particular domain. But now, with all the AI tools, with all the new software, you can take those instruments, put them together. Remember, I'm not a tech guy, but mid-library, the whole website, the functionality, 95% of it, was built by me alone. And then people joined, who are developers, who help me now with tech stuff. Most of the guides I wrote myself. And again, now there are people who are helping me, but first I have to go through it myself. And this is what, to me, being jack of all trades means. Only positive. All right? Okay. This is it. Çok teşekkür ederim. Thank you. Thank you all.